Welcome to Rauta Duel Review. The first band of today is a contender from Czech Republic called Nahum. This is their third album called Within Destruction. The other one is Moonshade from Portugal. And while these bands have a similarity genre-wise, they are totally two different breed. So let's get it going and let's start unboxing Nahum. As you can see, this is a CD with kind of a nice slipcase here. This actually shows you better the cover artwork, which in my opinion is really nice. All the colors, details, theme obviously. Kind of a demonic creature with those kind of a bat wings. Timepiece, what's it called? Hourglass, blackened sun, some apocalyptic rain of fire, cities burning, all that stuff. Really nice artwork. On the back side we have a close caption of this idea of this demonic creature, and also the track list, which nice feature called Total Time, 34 minutes. Inside obviously we have the same cover art used on CD, as well as the CD inlay with now focus on the black sun being eclipsed, and once again the track list over there. And the booklet, what it has, yes indeed, I forgot, it has also a nice sticker for the fans. Then we have the backside of the booklet, which is all about thanks lists and important information. We have lyrics. And now pay attention, this is kind of a funny considering that this ain't no big band. There are band members, they have their photo and autograph, and also the endorsements, the instrument logos which they are playing. This goes throughout the booklet, which is kind of a fun. I mean, this ain't no big band, and some of the big bands are obviously meant to have these kind of like, we play the drums or cymbals, and we do have Jackson guitars and whatnot. But these guys are all about having these logos. I don't know if they are exactly endorsed, or is it just, to show the kind of a professional style. But nevertheless, here it goes. You have the idea of the artistic style, as well as all the other information. Now, music-wise, Nahum's third album is all about death metal, and like the zoom working again. It's all about death metal and then some thrash elements. Now, people who are aware how old school death metal used to sound, having thrash metal elements is not that much a thing. Consider early Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Death and whatnot, and you have the idea how old school death metal sounds. And in that respect, Nahum having these kind of a trashy elements is no big deal or wonder or anything like that. But it's mostly death metal. Palm muted guitars, heavy riffing, brutal vocals, both screamy and growling ones. And then, kind of a typical drumming. Overall, a little bit dark, but then again, more brutal than dark. And also, lots of violence. Basically, Nahum is just delivering good old death metal with no gimmicks. And to be honest, 34 minutes of that is just enough. Don't get me wrong, these guys know what they are doing. They know how to play. They know how to have a kind of a perfect production for the music they are doing. But they are not in fact delivering anything new to the table. It's like one of those many death metal albums out there, and then you have idea what Nahum is all about. So while I kind of like it, it also gives me the indication that these guys are not up for originality of any kind. So kind of easy to listen to, but then again also very easy to just forget this among many others. Nice, but no cigar. What about Moonshade then? Their album called Dethroned is their debut album, and like I said, it's from Portugal. This is quite different. It also has death metalish roots, but this is more about melodic death metal, or even melodeath, like it sometimes goes. As is the case with the other one here, you can see the track list, very simple in design, and the CD, nothing too fancy here, and then obviously the booklet, which is kind of a figure holding sort of a mask. And then we have sort of a thank you list. We have lyrics, very nicely laid out, very simple. The mandatory band photo, and more lyrics for your convenience. So this is more about melodic death metal. The first thing that comes to my mind when I was listening to this one is Amon Amarth. Very much so. Growling vocals, catchy melodies, a little bit melancholy, which is so common thing for Nordic countries, especially Finnish and Swedish stuff. So in that respect, this could be just easily from Finland or Sweden. Amon Amarth is not the only one that actually comes to my mind when I was listening to Moonshade. It also reminds me of Insomnium and a bunch of other bands which were creating this kind of stuff already in the 90s. Kind of catchy, but not too catchy. Very melodic, but not too easy because it's, after all, rolling vocals. Very much Amon Amarth, like very strong, quite deep and bass-oriented. But there are also screamy parts and also clean vocals, which then again, for some reason, and I don't know if it's just my mind fracking up, but kind of a reminds me of Amorphis material. So kind of a very easy to get into. It's not too harsh, it's not too brutal, but it's more on the kind of easy to appeal melodic stuff, just with slight slices of death metal included. Now, since this is kind of an all-around melodic death metal, having those screamy, clean, and growly parts, it's not actually any extreme side, you know. This is one of those kind of album which are kind of a compromise of very different facets, you know. It's not like totally appealing to people who are just for melodic metal, because the growly parts may be just too much. But then again, it's not death metal either enough to appeal to people who are more into just brutality, violence, and all that stuff. So in that respect, Moonshade is kind of a in-betweener of sorts. They're doing their melodies very well. It's kind of a nice to listen to. And like I said, it's a little bit melancholic, kind of sad, but not too much. And maybe this not too much kind of a thing is one that actually takes the edge out of this release. It's kind of a compromise thing, so it's like, yeah, you're a little bit of that, a little bit of that, but not enough of anything I'm totally going for. Really nice production that actually fits this kind of album very, very well. I mean, it's strong, but it's also clear, which is not a given thing. Some people might think it's too well produced, but I don't think so. I think it's very well deserved for this kind of music. So if you are into melodic metal, I have very little reason to tell you not to check this out. Now the question is, because these both are quite decent but not great albums, which one would it be if this was your, I don't know, selection of the week? On the other hand, we have very strong death metal but very generic. Also, we have this very melodic stuff, which is, like I said, made of compromises. To be honest, I don't know. This is really, really hard. Both very well produced, good growly vocals, and there are no clear weak links on either of these cases. Should I pick only one? It depends on my mood. So I'm kinda divided. Maybe just an inch. Moonshade would probably go and give this one a shot in the duel. But like I said, these are very much the same weight, the same strength. Not exactly great winners, but nice albums altogether. So with that information, do what you will. I urge you to check them both and decide for yourself. But we all know time is money, and there is never enough money for us to use. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Should you have any questions, comments, or whatnot, drop them in the description box or the comment box below, and see you soon with more Rauta stuff coming your way. Take care.